Let me hear everybody say, freedom! 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 All right. Now we're going to introduce each foot soldier. Tell everybody your name.
My name is Kumba Toure from Senegal and Mali.
All right, this sister right here is incredible. She has an organization called Africa Arise doing incredible work throughout the Pan-African world, trying to build bridges between the African continent and the diaspora, which is us. All right, foot soldier.
My name is Trump Nebula.
Now, just give us 2 minutes about yourself. Just 2 minutes.
I was an organizer for Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, and I was the freedom syndrome also.
Put your hands together. All right. This is our queen that just came all the way from Senegal and Mali as well. Tell them who you are.
Maria Kiata.
Maria Kiata. Tell them, Mama Maria Keita. Tell them who you are and what you did.
Well, I'm a popular educator for intergenerational approaches because we can teach young people without the grandparents. So, and I really want the story to be known from what happened to you when you left the motherland to be here. We call you the lost one, but now finding Selma help us to remember to reconnect with you, and that's what I'm teaching to my people back home.
I want to tell you a little bit about her because she just got out of prison a couple of years ago. She spent 3 years in prison as a political prisoner in Mali, fighting to Africanize and put African history in the curriculum in the schools in Mali, and they put her in jail. It looks like that's what we're going to have to do here because they're trying to take Black history out the schools. We got to fight, and we got to keep on fighting. And Sister Maria Keita right here is a perfect example of that fight. But did you also hear what she said about the lost ones? They didn't know what happened to us. They didn't know where we were. They didn't know where we went. They didn't know who stole us. They didn't know who captured us. They didn't know if they would ever see us after we were stolen from Africa. Clap. She said that. Where are the lost ones? The lost ones are here at Selma High, sitting in these seats. Okay. We are the lost ones, and we've been found. Tell me who you are.
I'm Betty Grant. I was a foot soldier. I went to jail and went across the bridge and was chased by state troopers and with a bat. I got tear gas. They took us to Camp Selma, and Camp Selma was a prison, and it's on with the Camp Cameron, which was a prison. I'm still right there on that battlefield. I didn't stop across that bridge. I go in our community every Thursday, Rose night, go out and get people registered to vote. I'm still a foot soldier.
You heard it from Madam Queen Betty Boynton. Now tell everybody who you are, Mr. Freedom Singer.
I'm Bill Perlman, and this is my 58th year that I'm playing with the Freedom Singers. A member of SNCC, veteran of a bunch of demonstrations, marches, and recently 25 years as a county commissioner pushing the concepts of freedom, liberty, and equality in the area that I live in Massachusetts. I was 18 when I joined.
You heard that? He was 18 years old when he
And he just had a fall. So the emergency, I'm showing you the dedication. This brother just had a fall, went to the emergency room. Look at his face. That's the kind of dedication. He didn't go home and sit down. In spite of him that fall, he had stitches. And yet he came to share his story and his songs. Y'all give him some love, y'all.
That's right. Y'all give him some love. Y'all give him some love. And you know, I think it's God's work just to remind us of what happened on that day. He just fell today and hurt himself and got stitches, but it was hundreds of young people that day that got beat and had to get stitches like this, fighting for our rights. And he's still committed. After 58 years, he's still falling, still getting bled, bleeding, and still on the front line. Y'all give it up for our foot soldiers. Now, who do we have here, this beautiful queen?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Angie Jones, and I want you to know that I was not on that bridge in Selma. I was born in 1957. I grew up during that time period of segregation. My husband, who's sitting out in the audience, was one of the students in Albany, Georgia, who integrated one of our elementary schools, and he was not welcomed with open arms. In my adult life, I was the first African-American hired at one of our financial institutions, so I know what it feels like to be called a nigger to my face. I know what it feels like to tell me that I was not hired for my qualifications, but because my features were satisfying to the white customers that were coming to the bank. So I want you to know that even though the Voting Rights Act, the Civil Rights Act was passed, we were still not welcomed. We still had to persevere. So my husband and I see ourselves as that next generation of foot soldiers who suffered the discrimination that was still going on in that time period. And it's why I continue to sing these songs along with my Aunt Rutha. At this time in Dougherty County, Albany, Georgia, for the state of Georgia, I am on the Georgia African American Preservation Historic Network, selected for my county of Dougherty, and I also represent 11 other counties trying to protect our stories, because they don't want us to know who we are and where we came from. That's right. So I would like for each and every one of you to go home today and sit down with your older senior citizens and find out about your history, your life, and somebody record it. Write it down, because everyone in here is a chapter in a book. And your book will not go on if you don't honor it and document it. So document your life history, your family history, and the history of who you are and where you came from. And know that the fight still goes on. Those laws are passed, but they're being stripped from us each and every day. And my husband and I are a product of that, which is why I continue to sing, and you must continue to sing also. So please, when you come to school, come here for the right reason, not for the wrong one. Everyone that went to jail and was beaten, they were beaten not because they were doing anything wrong. They were beaten because they were standing up, and they went to jail because they were standing up for what was right. So stand up for what was right, even if you're standing by yourself. That's right. Thank you.
All right, give it up for our queen right here. And then, one of my other freedom singers. Tell everybody who you are and what happened that day on that bridge.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Oh, that was so sad.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, that was a bit better. Well, I'm Rutha Harris. I'm one of the original freedom singers. I'm from Albany, Georgia. The Freedom Singers were organized during the Albany Civil Rights Movement. There were 4 of us: Charles Stanton, Tweety Kirk Brown, Cordell Reagan, who's deceased, Bernice Johnson Reagan, and yours truly. We traveled to 50,000 plus miles, covering 46 states. At that time, there was only 48 states. We told the story of the Civil Rights Movement through song. I started singing civil rights songs in the year 1961, and I'm still singing the songs of freedom. When the Albany movement was organized, when they built a museum, I told my group that we have to continue to sing these songs because we cannot let them die. We are still not free. Freedom is a constant struggle.
Yes.
We have to still fight. We are still fighting right now for the right to vote. People have lost their lives. I've never been beaten, but I've been dragged up the courthouse steps. I've been in jail. But I'm still singing and fighting for freedom. I am now 83 years old. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
So in November, I'll be 84.
All right.
So I'm still singing.
Freedom is a constant struggle.
They say that freedom is a constant struggle. They say that freedom is a constant struggle. They say that freedom is a constant struggle. Oh Lord, we've been struggling so long. We must be free. We must be free. They say that freedom is a constant dying. They say that freedom is a constant dying. They say that freedom is a constant dying.